What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we have a reaction video. As a 49ers fan, we just made it to the Super Bowl, and we're going to be reacting to the game highlights from last night's NFC Championship game. I'm excited. Let's just get right into it. Alright, so pretty early on, I'm starting to get a little scared already. Montgomery went ham this game. Montgomery deserves a lot of credit for the way that he performed early on. He played really well. Sam Laporta actually really played really well too. He had like 70 yards or something like that. Played really well early on. Made some big plays. And this was just icing on the cake of the first drive. Jameson Williams breaks 2-3 tackles, including one by Dre Greenlaw, who's supposed to be our top linebacker, obviously not Fred Warner, but breaks a couple tackles, ends up scoring the opening touchdown. And I'm like, wow, we really got to answer back. So 39 Purdy goes, he finds Brandon Ayuk here, and he's doing exactly what I think that they should have been doing from the very beginning. He's targeting Cam Sutton. Cam Sutton, like, really poor coverage as of late and pretty much the entire season. And they should have just been targeting him the entire time. It's Deebo Samuel ends up catching out another pass over the middle. We give it to McCaffrey here. He ends up getting this first down. And I'm thinking, you know what? We gave up that first touchdown, but our defense tends to start a little slow sometimes. So as long as we're figuring it out, we're good. We end up trying to just take our points here. McCaffrey just gets smacked pretty much immediately. 48-yarder. I'm like, okay, let's take our three. Let's get back on defense. Let's get the ball back. And Jake Moody misses the freaking field goal. And honestly, he's pissing me off. Like, at this point, I'm just like, I'm so angry. Like, the NFC Championship is not the time where you do that. And Gibbs ends up grabbing that first down. 39 here. Jared Goff screen to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And this was a big issue throughout the entire game for us. Amon-Ra gets a first down on that 3rd and 9. Why are we giving up so many big plays on third downs? It definitely isn't the last time. Gibbs here, he makes a shifty move, ends up getting the first down. And he gets all the way down there to the goal line, just about like the 5-yard line. So at this point, honestly, I'm pretty much expecting them to score. I know we have a top-rate third red zone defense, but it just didn't seem like we were ready quite yet. As David Montgomery, you see him there, he's just going right into the end zone. He's going to end up flexing on the camera. I do very much remember that. So now I'm thinking, all right, we got to answer back. And Purdy's going, he's looking, and he ends up finding Juszczyk. Juszczyk is so, like, underrated for his pass-catching ability. Everybody just thinks of him as, like, that all-pro fullback that blocks really well, but he can make some really big plays, and he's been known to do so. It's not the first time, it won't be the last time that Juszczyk does that. So now Purdy's going, he's finding McCaffrey. McCaffrey ends up stiff-arming the crap out of C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And we're shifting momentum back in our favor. We're making some big plays, and I'm loving it. Like, we're down 14. Let's not get too crazy now. We definitely want to score to go down 7. And we end up handing it off to CMC, who gets in for his first touchdown of the game. And I'm like, all right. Let's stay calm. We still got it. We're still good, but we got to fix everything that's going on defense. They immediately hand it off to Montgomery, and he spins right out of it. Just goes right into a first down. We can't stop anything. Once again, on 3rd and 10, we're allowing them to just shift. Going. Purdy, he's being pressured a lot. He steps up, has a man in his face. He throws it into 3 guys. And Rodriguez, who replaced Barnes, who got hurt earlier, he immediately makes a play, catches the interception. What are you going to do? Illegal block in the back, by the way. This was really dirty by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. He smacks Deebo behind because he's been talking a lot of trash. Deebo was not even looking at him. Like, come on, man. There's advantage of a rookie safety who decided not to play, make a play on it. He was a little late. And Gibbs ends up waltzing right into the end zone, like, right after that. And at this point, as a fan, I'm slumped down in my chair, like, oh my god, we're doing it. Why again do we make it to the championship game and we can't get it done? Following that, Ayuk just drops the ball. We're struggling. We can't get anything going, and Montgomery is making us look horrible. Like, man, this sucks. At this point, I've already had a beer. Like, I pull out the beer, and I'm like, oh my god, drinking it a little bit, you know. I'm like, I don't want to say drowning my sorrows, but I'm like, man, like, this is getting hard to watch. 3rd and 12. 3rd and 12, they're running the ball, and we're giving up a first down. Get the ball back. Goff goes. Amon-Ra. Open over the middle. 3rd and 18 conversion. B and B and B. And more than, like, being disappointed, I'm getting angry. Like, how is this just happening to us? They end up taking their 3, so we're down by 17 at half. And it's like, okay, we got to wake up. We got to come out of the half. We got to score something. We got to get a touchdown. What we need is a touchdown. Debo does what Debo does. He finds his open space. Purdy manages to get that ball just in there, which he's been doing all season. Debo, once again, breaks a tackle. He's making big plays. He goes. So now it's 3rd down, and I'm like, okay, what can we do? Come on, Purdy. Like, what are you going to be able to do? He goes, throws it. Juwan Jennings makes a huge one-handed catch to keep our drive alive. Please make this field goal. Like, if we missed this field goal, the game was over. In my opinion, I knew that the game would be over. So I'm like, okay, now what can we do? Like, we got to come out. We got to stop them on defense. And immediately, Laporta makes a big play. And we haven't been able to stop anybody. David Montgomery finds a hole. He manages to get another first down. And it doesn't seem like our defense just came to play. It seems like this is our game to lose. And immediately, look at Fred Warner get up in there, smack him right in the mouth. And this is classic Dan Campbell going for it on 4th and 2. And I'm like, oh my god. But Reynolds drops it. And I'm thinking, oh my god, this is our time. If we can score a touchdown here, we're going to be ready to have this maybe be a comeback. You know, Deebo Samuel's going to make a man miss. He wants it. He's showing us that he wants it. So I'm like, oh my god, Purdy. At this point, I knew. Let me rephrase. I thought somebody would be open. If Purdy is throwing it that deep, I figured somebody would be open downfield. I did not expect to see him overthrow that, and it ended up like that. That I was in such shock. And to follow it, getting Ayuk the ball and scoring a touchdown, I'm like, oh no, like, don't do this to me. We're coming back, but don't do it. Don't give me hope. Do not give me hope and scrambling. And then right after we jump, and oh my god, Gibbs ends up getting a fumble. Gibbs gets a fumble in my living room, and I'm like, oh my god. Look at Purdy. He's going. That's a guy. That's a man. That's a man. And he's going, and he's running. And he gets down to just about the 5-yard line. We manage to let McCaffrey go right in. 2nd touchdown of the game for Christian McCaffrey. He wants it just as bad as the rest of them. He wants it maybe even more. And he's got a bad case of the dropsies. And look at Purdy making a guy miss, moving, and he finds Juszczyk. Oh my god. Tie game. And I'm like, oh my god, are we going to do it? Purdy goes, he finds Kittle. That's who we needed to get involved. That's the only guy we hadn't gotten involved yet. Kittle, let's just run the ball, get whatever yardage we can and kick a field goal. Moody thankfully makes this one too. and we're up by 3. It's a huge, huge play. We managed to stop Amon-Ra on 3rd down, and I think this was the biggest mistake of the game. Dan Campbell should have taken the points here, but instead he decided to do what Dan Campbell does. He went for it on 4th and 3. We blitzed, and Goff, who has struggled with pressure in his face, misses Amon-Ra St. Brown. Defense for the Lions is playing very lackadaisical, and I'm thinking, you know what, this is our time. As Purdy goes, he steps up, and I think at this point I'm in disbelief because I'm not expecting Brock Purdy to do this. I'm not expecting him to step up in the pocket and do Lamar-like things. I'm expecting him to stay back in the pocket and throw the ball. McCaffrey gets dropped on his head. I'm kind of worried about that. I saw him getting looked at on his neck, and they bring in Elijah Mitchell, who scores a touchdown. And at this point, I was at some sort of like opening for Sir. He manages to go down, and he's not able to get in. Montgomery gets swarmed and tackled. And I think this was the second biggest mistake, was Dan Campbell called timeout there. You go for it. Obviously, they get it on 4th down. And I get that you need a touchdown. But do you kick the field goal there, and then you have the 3 timeouts to stop them? I think you should focus on that. And we managed to get it. Kittle ends up getting the game-saving onside kick, and we are going to the Super Bowl. And as a fan, this was such a great win for me. I went through such an emotional roller coaster. My fiance is in the back going like, what's happening out there? Like, are you okay? You know, and I'm just a fan. I'm a fan of the 49ers, man. I've been a fan since I was a kid, and I get to have the privilege of watching us play for a 3rd time in the Super Bowl, hopefully winning this one. Fingers crossed. But if you guys like the video and you guys want to see more like it, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, comment. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.